they don't like on this Facebook, so they want to put restraining orders and have him go to all these different courts. This is the latest phase of uh, their board life, okay? So, um, Billy's, I'm not minimalizing what he does. I mean, it was like, he thinks he's Salvador Dali or something, of putting these mishmashes together on his Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, they're calling it, TikTok, whatever, and he just has all these things that make no sense to me about it's just a bunch, really, it's just a bunch of, yeah, oh, oh, uh-huh. Well, I don't understand why, what, because he's got mental impairments, his brain could be downsizing, for, for the lack, because, oh, really, I mean, really, you and a lot of other people that I know, and I don't know how Billy got all these phone numbers or whatever he's done, or, like, I don't know how how he does, like Mr. Wizard of the internet or something. Well, I've heard of I've heard of the thing where you could clone somebody's phone and you don't even have to be holding it, or you could just pass in passing or something, you know. Yeah. So I tend to have the phone with me all the time in my pocket and my purse. If I go to the bathroom, I take the phone with me. I can't, I don't lay the phone down. And so, but the other people who are, what do I want to say, not gainfully uh, engaged in something healthy, don't want to have anything healthy. I don't know. They are pursuing this, and they're making it. It's like they're like they got their own little army together, and their army's getting bigger and bigger of of getting other people to do restraining orders against Billy. It's like it's like wildfire. So Billy has to go to a court. Well, the judge recused him here in Dayton. She said she wanted nothing to do with it. She recused it to another attorney because that they were because as soon as the new people moved in next door, the other people couldn't wait to go tell them about Billy the stalker. And they're stalking. They're the ones that are going. Yeah. So they put a restraining order against Billy because Billy somehow got him in a chat or something, or he had something that he put out, and it was in a chat with the people, like what he was sending out before, and he just sends it to these multiple numbers, and they don't understand what he's doing, what his point is, if he's saving the world or what the heck, but they're just wondering. I don't have their phone number. I don't have those new people's phone number. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's like the man with the golden goose or something. You know, they're all what judge or what district attorney or what uh, uh, can get to the bottom of. They go to Billy's, they copycat his, they send it off on some other group chat. You know, yeah, and I it was something he started, but it was something they want to finish, and so they keep giving it its own life cycle, and so they're turning out that they're doing the little terrorism, okay, and they're not those women are not happy unless I think they see the sheriff at my house because they live right across the street from me and they want to see the sheriff, and so the sheriff came and arrested Billy twice, but I kept telling him between those teenagers across the street and their savvy in their computer world that they're learning at their high schools, and those women and what they have computers, they get their computers at the front of their living room looking out the window at me to go. Remember that school Casumas, remember? And they had that big glass square where they held a classroom, and so the classroom was on display like we were in our class. Oh, mm. Yeah, when it was a dust bowl, huh? I'm sure you got a better grade in geology than I did, but you went. Oh, didn't you go back to it though at AR or something? Oh, okay. Oh, oh, yeah. And first aid wasn't our thing either. First aid class. Yeah, we tried to drop out, and I tried to turn the paperwork in for dropping out, and it was like, do we get dropped out? I don't know. I don't know if they. Yeah, because I delivered the paperwork to the regist to that office, the administrator, and I delivered it, with the signature and turned it in, and and made a special. I had to make a special trip out and on another night to and then oh, and then I ended up going to the class because I had to get the signature of the teacher. Remember, we had to get we had the documentation and getting his signature, and I ended up sitting there through the class until I could go down to the admin to turn the paperwork in. And it was like I was like we only attended like two classes maybe, or we were, and it was like we got it incomplete. Wait, we turned the paperwork in. How do we get it incomplete? We didn't even attend. We should have been dropped, and it was like I don't want to be an EMT. I don't want to be dragging a dummy. I don't, that's that, getting on my hands and knees, and it's like, can we put the dummy up on the table or on something, so we don't have to be crawling around on our four, hands and knees trying to revive. You know, and it's like, what? Can you put some knee pads out or some towels or something? It's like, wow. So, you know, um, so it was like, okay, that's embarrassing. The whole thing was embarrassing. So, to me, yeah, Right. I mean, what we just had, you just had to hold it until somebody could, I don't know, put a patch on it or something.